sexes, like I said, which would include Link. And that just means I'm not really interested in opening up new trades on things like, Doge and Ripple and ADA and Solana and Avalanche and all these centralized exchange dominated alts, and Bitcoin, and even Ethereum. Like ETH, I'm still denominated in ETH. I'm still long ETH. ETH still is going to outperform Bitcoin in my opinion. I just don't think it's going to impulse super high. I actually think this path is pretty much what I expect, where ETH just kind of continues chopping around, maybe drops down into a higher low, maybe just grinds up over a few weeks. I don't know with that, but for me, ETH BTC is still strong, right? Having a nice little consolidation after it's run up. But that's a relative strength. That's not saying that anything in the market is going to go, massively higher. And my main reason for being, feeling this way is because I just see what's happening on chain. And usually when the on-chain stuff starts getting active again, like it is, I mean, Solana alts are going crazy again. You got this max win, big pump up. You got a bunch of them, right? Dog with Hat is going to go onto Coinbase soon, which I think, by the way, people are just going to get wrecked by this, because it's already basically announced that it's going on Coinbase, and it's just deviated the highs back inside. I don't think this is any big move coming. I think this is going to end up looking like Harry Potter Obama. If you look at this, if you look at these two charts, you'll see like the path this is probably going to take is that, right? And end up down into something like this. And if it goes higher, it'll go higher at some later date. Because to me, it looks a lot like the Bitcoin chart, the Harry Potter one, where you had your first hype run up, you had your second hype run up, and everyone got maximum excitement over here about Harry Potter, and ended up just trailing off. WIF is obviously much more bullish than that. WIF has a lot more hype around it. But I mean, Coinbase listing, right? That was the Pico top for Bonk. It is for almost every coin in their runs. So the Coinbase listing is confirmed for Dog with Hat, but look where it is. So anyway, the activity is high again on exchanges, right? And so Unibot and Multibit are moving really well. Multibit has its rumors of a Binance listing, and it's what I wanted to see. If that pump was fake, it would have sold back off. It's held. So I'm pretty happy right now with how Multibit's moving. I think it does continue to grind higher going into whatever Binance listing, if it does come. Unibot is the other alt that I'm holding, doing really well, broke out of $80, moving all the way up. And so I think now the money is going to flow down into the on-chain shitcoins. And if you're not an on-chain shitcoin trader, then don't trade it, right? But understand that that money will flow out of centralized exchanges. That's exactly how it's going to go. I literally, to buy Unibot, I literally withdrew money from Bybit, sent it over, and bought, swapped it into ETH, sent it over, and bought Unibot on Uniswap. A lot of times you have to think, wait a minute, the thing I just did is what other people do. So they're going to remove money from the sexes, and they're going to put it on chain to ape shitcoins. They're going to bridge it over to Solana to play on Solana shitcoins. And that is literally draining liquidity, which is how you end up with low volatility. So last thing, I'm closing my Pepe trade. Not yet, not like right now, because I do think Bitcoin has a move up to come. And I'm willing to give Pepe another couple days, because I think Bitcoin basically goes to 44, 45K, right? Just basically, like, Bitcoin follows this line. I'm pretty sure this is what we're going to see next. Just a quick move up. So when Bitcoin's up at this area, above 43, 5, 44, 44, 5, 45, wherever it goes, I don't know. But once it's broken up into that area, I'm going to look at Pepe. If Pepe is just pushing up here and not making any big move, I'll just close it. because my Pepe trade was January's going to be big. You've got all the Republican primaries. Pepe is the Bitcoin, is the kind of Trump meme. But we've already had that. We had the Iowa fucking caucuses last night in America. Trump won it in a fucking landslide. You know, Trump's the absolute nailed on candidate, and Pepe didn't move, right? And you know, it doesn't have to move. And so, but you have to remember, I have to go back and say, I don't own Pepe because I'm a massive Pepe bull, even though I love the Pepe meme. I was owning Pepe for a specific reason going into January for the trade. That seems to be pretty much invalidated so far for me. So I'm ready to cut it. To me, that just means that Pepe will do what Doge did quite a bit in its previous life before it had its big run. So if you traded before Doge was the best thing since sliced bread, you'll remember that Doge was notorious for these kind of moves. Probably should get the full chart. You can see it even more clearly. I'll go on weekly. So this is what Doge used to move like. Alright, so Pepe had its run off, came down. Pepe's like here or here in comparison to that, what Doge did. And that was just before 2017. But it has many rally up, sell off, rally up, sell off, rally up, sell off, rally up, sell off. And then it had its next bull run. Then we went 2018 to 2020. Pump, sell off, pump, sell off, pump. Moves up, looks like it's going to be good, sells off. Down, 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 down into COVID. Pumps up, sells off, pumps up. And this is just how a meme coin works. Right? It's never going to get anywhere near those highs until it's ready to actually break those highs. So when you look at that with Pepe, there was a definite chance for that to happen over here. Better to look at Pepe on the daily chart because it's not going to take 7 years or whatever like Doge did. It's going to happen in this cycle. But the opportunity for that to happen, remember, Pepe's just going to stay in here completely, right? It's just going to completely stay in this area until it's ready to go to all-time highs. Because that's just how memes work, right? They don't slowly build their way up. And so I would say like Pepe's going to move something like this. And so when it was there, and even still, potentially, you've got the opportunity for it to move up into the highs and break out. And if it breaks out from there, it can run to the all-time highs. If it doesn't do that, then it's going to do a bit like the Doge path, where it goes lower. It has a couple more false breakouts, and then away it goes. And probably, timing-wise, if it did that, that's around the election, November. That would make a lot of sense. Not just because of the Trump thing, but also because that was Q4 is a quite probable time for the markets to be bullish. Q4 is like when Bitcoin typically would make its next all-time high. And if that were to happen, you would see a really good shot for Pepe. So a few things have led me to this conclusion. We had several weeks of pump and Pepe couldn't pump. Obviously, there's a reason for that. Ethereum is starting to move and Pepe is an ETH beta. So if Ethereum keeps going into the 3000s, yeah, Pepe should probably move up. But at this point, I just don't see, after giving it, it's basically been 3-4 weeks. I started buying Pepe in December. I've given it enough time, and to me, it's not doing what I want it to do. And so even though I'm at break even on one trade, I'm in profit on the other trade, but basically break even overall, I don't see any reason to keep holding it. Opportunity cost is your worst enemy. So again, not right now. I'm going to wait for Bitcoin to move up, and we'll see how Pepe goes after that. Or if Bitcoin for whatever reason fails to go up, I'll cut the Pepe trade. But I'll let you know. I'll say in trading analysis when I do it. So, GM. The frog will have its day. I just don't think that day is now. I think it's far more likely that it just bleeds down a bit, goes sideways. But when it gets back to these lows, or whenever it starts to show life, Pepe is the best meme. I've no doubt that Pepe is the best meme in this market. And when it gets its chance, it's going to move And it's going to just, the longer it takes to happen, the better. Because the more disbelief, people are going to say it's shit, it's dead, it's stupid meme, blah, blah, blah. It's not. It's the best meme crypto's ever had. And it will go absolutely insane, beyond anyone's belief. But cause and effect, that might take a long time to build up.